in schools that made me feel connected to these people that I knew I was descended from. But when I started learning the history, that's when I started feeling connected. When I started learning about enslaved people that would literally steal away with their book in like the hollow of a tree to read, I was just like, huh, that's something that I would do. I could see myself doing that. And like feeling something like really beautiful, but also like deep and traumatic and like that connection. But seeing that as so important. And so I say that to say, like, the same people that stole away and like read their book in trees and formed mini schools and like caves and stuff like that, when freedom came, those were the same people that were like, okay, now give it to us for real this time. And like that was so inspiring to me too. And we can draw a straight line from the people that first were like, okay, like give us our schools, recognize these schools that we have created ourselves for all of these years because those existed. That those became the first Black teacher organizations. And from the beginning, Black teachers organizations, they weren't just about organizing our schools. They're also about advocating. They're also about these, what one, our people in general, but also our children deserve this. And there is nobody that we can leave behind. There's nobody that deserves to be left behind. All of us can grow. All of us can be developed. And that became such a deeply seated value in Black education. And I won't go on for much longer, but like as these organizations grew, there was a reason why what was going on in like some Black schools in Georgia were also going on in Black schools in Texas, because they were so connected, because they shared, and because they had meetings like this where they were able to come together and talk about it. Um, and a part of their pedagogy that I feel like has not been uh, replicated as much as it was like developed out of like this time during segregated education, was this idea that they were teaching Black children not just to succeed in the world that existed, but to build the world that needed to exist for them to be able to be full people and be and really realize the joy in their lives to the fullest extent. And I thought about that a lot as a classroom teacher. I think about it a lot just as like an everyday person, that where are we teaching young people to build the world that needs to exist that does not exist now, and how many beautiful lessons that can go into that and come out of that. Um, I've been a K through 12 teacher. I've been a higher ed teacher, and especially in like the last few years, I've just thought about like, okay, but what is the future that we're presenting to young people, and like what do they even know about creating something that doesn't exist? Because I feel like I see so much loss of hope just coming out of not knowing more about what we've done, what how we come together, and how we support each other. And so I think about those things all the time. It goes into how I think about organizing now. So April mentioned just a little bit about Black organizing, and I've been in this space for a few months now. I will say, like, I was on the unemployment journey most of this year, and it is brutal. And I send my heart out to you also. I'm not even fully out of it, but in the organizing space, and specifically the Black organizing space, is where I felt like I saw those values in practice again. Like, I I'm not saying that I didn't see them in practice in like the various educational spaces I was in, but definitely this value of nobody is left behind. All of us are valuable. All of us deserve to make it to the next place. And how do we organize together to do that? And so I say all of that just to say again, like, thank you all for being here. Thank you for everything that you bring. Even just walking around and hearing your intentions pours into me and makes me think about how the spirit still lives on in us, and we are always thinking about how to move it forward. And I'll end with one of my favorite quotes from a black educator. His name was Dr. Ulysses Bias. He was the first black superintendent in the South. And he said that I have done so much with so little for so long. I feel like I could do anything with nothing at all. And that I feel like that attitude propels me forward.